Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Instagram. And good morning, YouTube. It is Thursday. It is 9:30 a.m. and we are here live.
It's alive.
Yeah, we are here live. I am joined by my favorite co-host, my co-host with the mostest, Dominic, the boy who sews. We probably should have done some linguistics to warm up the tongues this morning. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
That would have been fun to hear.
All right. Good morning. I see people checking in from all over. My favorite was Linda Wemple from Prescott Valley, Arizona, because I grew up in Prescott, so it makes my heart very happy. Yes. Yeah, it was fantastic. Good morning, everybody. So Dominic is going to talk to us today. It's Happy Juneteenth today, Dominic.
Yeah, it's Juneteenth.
It is Juneteenth today. So Dominic, tell us about Juneteenth, why it's important, and what
So it's the day officially that the Emancipation Proclamation word reached Texas, and a whole bunch of slaves were freed at the end of the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
It actually happened 3 years after, because the Union's control over Texas was very loose and it was not enforced. And it's a day of celebration, but also remembrance for.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so you did some research and you found out, Dominic, you need to talk louder. Project.
Maybe that's what our warm.
Enunciate. And so Juneteenth is commonly celebrated with foods of a red color. Why red, Dominic?
Because it symbolizes joy and resilience.
Yes. And so we have red food here in the shop today. Dominic's going to share his. He's going to be eating this. He told me he's going to be eating because it looks so good.
Red food.
Yes. So what do we have today?
We have strawberries. We have red Skittles. I sorted those. And we have mini red velvet cakes.
Yes. And he also has red Gatorade as well. So yes. So he will have a nice red mouth all day today, folks.
Yes.
But it was awesome. Thank you so much for researching that for us. So we can start today off on a good note. Okay. Mm-hmm. We're going to start today's show, as we always do, with questions that have been submitted by you guys. So go to cottoncuts.com/live to submit your questions. These are on the table. We actually have 2 scripts today. We see them when we sit down. And so I'll read the first one and then we'll collaborate on the answer. I already know Michelle Showalter is here. So good morning, Michelle. This question's from you. Michelle Showalter from, can you pronounce the city?
Versailles,
Kentucky. I'm wanting to make a quilt for a dear friend that is tall, 5 foot 10 inches. I'm 5'9". I get tall quilts. I want to give her enough quilt to tuck under her feet and snuggle all the way to her nose for cold nights. Have you made a video about suggestions to make a quilt longer? I have been looking. I'd like to order a small mystery quilt and make it longer. How can I do that without messing up the design? Please help. She is a wonderful person. Michelle, I like that you put she's a wonderful person. So it's worth that extra effort for the wonderful people in our lives to make them a customized quilt. So with respect to making quilts larger, I'm sure I'm going to ask you guys to put in the comments anything that you've done that makes quilts longer, but I think the easiest, simplest, and most straightforward way is to add big borders. And
more borders.
Yes.
So you have a border, and then you have a border around the border, and then you have a border around the border.
You have a border, and then you have a border's friend, and you have the border around the border. Right. So I feel like, Michelle, there's some questions here that I oftentimes struggle to answer when it comes to quilt sizing, and that's finding a standard dimension for a twin, a queen, a king, a double. Those dimensions are super hard to standardize, and there's some customizations as to hang over the side. And then in my house, the average height in our house is 6 feet. You're getting there rapidly.
No, I'm like just over 5.
You're like 5'8", dude.
No, I'm not.
Anyways, the average height in our house is tall, and so there's how much drape do you want on the side, and then how much do you want hanging on the bottom. And so for a puzzle mystery quilt, I would suggest adding borders. And so you need to calculate from your friend's nose to her toes, plus however much you think a wrap might be to get the total length. The small mystery quilt is going to finish 60 inches in length. And so take whatever your desired length is minus 60. And then this is the part that trips up a lot of people when they're adding borders, is you have to divide it by 2 because you're going to add an equal amount to the top and to the bottom. And so say you need 20 inches to get that full length for her. You want to put 10 on the top and 10 on the bottom. Now, the super simple, the easiest way is to put a 10-inch border on the top and a 10-inch border on the bottom in my example. 10-inch on the top, 10-inch on the top. That's the opposite of what we want to do.
Quilt, and then the border, and then the border.
So is add 1 border to the top and the bottom. Then there could potentially be, I know some people who come up with algorithms for their borders where it's every quilt they've ever made is 3 inches, 1 inch, 5 inches. Oh, it's Versailles. We pronounced it, it's because we spent last summer in Paris.
Yeah,
We pronounced it Versailles.
I wanted to pronounce it Versailles.
Yeah, okay, so this kid was right. I should listen to him more often. Okay, so anyways, let's see here. So you can come up with, multiple fractions of patterns. Now, in the super advanced overachievement idea, Michelle's saying great ideas, but I haven't even gotten to the overachiever idea yet, is to take design elements on the inside and actually incorporate them in the border to continue the design to the edge of your quilt. And so you obviously won't know what that looks like until you get to the end, until we get to the reveal. But there's definitely ways, and Ian does this, off-kilter Ian does this all the
off-kilter quilter.
Thank you. This is why we bring him to the show. He integrates design elements from the inside to the top, and so definitely you can do that. Are we having problems with sound? Let's see here. Oh, we're frozen. She was saying frozen as in feed is frozen. I think we're probably okay. We're going to keep going. But I would say, Michelle, if you want to integrate design elements from the inside of the quilt to the top and give it that extra bonus, because as you said, your friend is a wonderful person. And so that might be a fantastic way to get that extra length that you need while still maintaining the continuity of the design. Unfortunately, we can't tell you what the design actually is until the end, so you do have to wait a little bit. But I think if there's anything that you want to do that's that extra special bonus, it's making a border that continues the design.
So I think when they said they were frozen, I think they meant, or
the feed was
asking,
frozen.
No, I think they were asking because this included for cold nights, and it's
is the friend frozen? Is the friend frozen? Okay.
Because it's summer.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. All right. So we're going to keep going. So thank you, Michelle, for the question. That was a lot of fun. Be sure to check the comments, Michelle. I think people are putting, if it's not just length and width, they're giving other suggestions as well past what we are talking about. All right. Next question comes from, you can, oh my gosh, you most definitely can. Yeah. Let's go.
This comes from Shirley
Massey,
yes. In Eagle River, Alaska. Wow.
Alaska. We have a lot of friends cruising in Alaska this summer. Yeah.
It's strange. It's everyone and their brother's going.
Everyone's going to Alaska. Okay. All right, let's go.
Can we get fabric information that you did have for Wideback selections? I would like to see what you have to offer for Atlantis.
Okay, so I think Shirley's question's getting to, for the Under the Sea mystery, we offered wide back options for many of our colorways as a backing option. And so we've already talked multiple reasons about why we did the wide backs for Under the Sea, because of fabric pricing, fabric supply. We also did talk that there was a lot of limitations in the wide back because not all manufacturers have a lot of yardage of them. And so I know some of them sold out quickly. I am super sorry about that. We tried to tell you guys, make sure you get on there, make sure you order backing kits early. We just can't get a lot of volume of fabrics. We did get a lot. I want to make sure, we didn't get 5 yards of any of these. We did get, almost 100 yards of several of these prints. They sold out just really darn quickly. And so for Atlantis, if you go to our website, the listing should still be on the website of all the fabrics that we had selected to be backing for Atlantis. If you can't find it on the website, which is totally fine, you can always send a note to help@cottoncuts.com, and our member care team
will be happy to help.
Will be very happy to help you. They will definitely give you those SKUs so you can go shopping outside of the options we currently have. And then the other option is we always post extra yardage we have at the end of the mystery on the website.
So you can find it there.
Yes, you can definitely do that around clue 7 and 8. We put the fabric on the website and you can go get yardage. It's not going to be wide back. It'll be standard with the fabric, but it'll definitely get the job done. Look at all these Alaskans.
Yeah, it's
holy cow. Wow. Yeah.
Sylvia Martinez and Bobby Miller.
Which, given our attire today, feels kind of counterintuitive.
I mean, it's blue.
I mean, it's cold. Okay. All right. So fantastic. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Michelle, for your questions. If you have questions for us for next week, simply go to cottoncuts.com/live to submit your questions. This little goober is going to be with me for probably most of the summer. So if you have a question for the boy who sews, feel free to ask away. All right. We have Northern California checking in. Northern California is different than Southern California. We've got lots of folks checking in from everywhere. All right. Don't forget, I think a lot of people have done this already. Give StreamYard your permission so we can see your name and we can interact with you. This one's going to be checking comments and making sure that we answer everyone's questions today.
Yes.
And stay to the end of our show for our big giveaway. We will have a question that you answer by hanging out with us, and we'll pick one lucky person to win a $25 gift certificate to the shop. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So we always talk about what's happened in the shop. So it's been 2 weeks. We were on vacation last week, so we didn't get a chance to have a show.
That's on us.
That's on us. But you guys, the team did a fantastic job in the past 2 weeks. And so what is your son working on right now? All right, we're going to get to what the boy who sews is sewing. We'll come back to that in a minute because we have a video that's going to drop for you guys here soon. Okay, so in the past 2 weeks, they have been doing a ton of die cutting here in the shop. It has been die cut central. They've been doing a ton of the Mystery 5.0 kits because we want to get those ready so they're ready to ship on July 1st. And so I wanted to show you guys, we're going to share more about Mystery 5.0 in a second, but I wanted to show you guys kind of some examples of what they have been die cutting and in how much. And of course, those squirted out. He's going to get it back for me. But this little stack of triangles right here, just for scope, scale, and context, they have cut about 8,000 of these, and this is one shape, one color. So you guys, we have been die cutting machines in the shop. They have been cutting in preparation for Mystery 5.0, which we're going to talk a lot more about in just a second.
I retrieved it.
Oh, wait, he's got it. Yep. Here's the other sack of fabric.
They touched the strawberry. They're not red.
That's fantastic work, little.
That would have been bad.
Yes, Cotton Cuts team did hold down the fort, Jana. They did a fantastic job while we were gone. So yes, we are die cutting a ton. We are starting to kit, and we are starting to put these together. It is so fantastic.
It's all culminating.
Yes, it's culminating together, like a quilt. It culminates together.
Yeah, you got all the individual blocks, but now you got to put them together.
Project. All right. And then last week, the team shipped a ton. So we got the Tim Holtz teal. I am seeing those on Facebook. You guys are doing a fantastic job getting those out. We're going to come to Pat's question here in a second. Okay. They also did Modern Maker while we were gone. Clue 6 for Flyaway is ready to ship in July. We've worked ahead to get that done. And they just did a fantastic job. We are unpacking Under the Sea because immediately, as soon as Mystery 5.0 is done, what starts?
Under the Sea.
Yes.
We go from island to under the island.
I never thought of it that way. I guess we're very water-based themes this summer. I guess.
We had flamingo in the Flyaway. So
we did have flamingo and Flyaway. We were forecasting a water island-based summer. Okay.
Yes.
So get ready to see those fabrics coming out on Facebook soon. Under the Sea, it's coming immediately right after. And because we have both of our machines, because we have plenty of folks on staff, we have all of our vacations mapped out. Provided no one gets sick or any of those unfortunate things that typically happen, we should be able to get Under the Sea out with no delays.
Yeah. Sickness is bad.
Sickness is bad.
No sickness.
No sickness. We're going to hope for a very healthy summer for everybody. And then this week, we're going to ship the classic. Those snippets are coming shortly thereafter. And we have interns working with us in the shop, like Dominic. Okay, so Dominic, you're getting asked some questions in the comments that I would love for you to answer. But for those of you that don't know The Boy Who Sews and The Boy Who Sews history, go ahead and share with everybody. How long have you been sewing? Give us a story.
Well, I've been sewing a long time. I don't know.
Since you were 5 years old. How old are you currently?
13.
13.
Like, close to a half.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So he's been sewing. I taught both of my kids to sew at 5. They have their own sewing machines.
Yeah.
Yes. He started working with the puzzle mystery quilt at first because it was pre-cut and he could just sit and sew it through a machine. You've made several projects.
Too young to handle the rotary cutters.
Yeah. We didn't want rotary cutters or anything.
I don't think you still let. I don't even think you let me use the dies yet. Yeah.
No, but your brother's about to start using a die cutter to cut. Yes. And so Pat is saying she's doing a sewing day for youth individuals. So when we had a sewing studio as part of Cotton Cuts from about 2019 to 2020 through the pandemic.
It was from like the opening, right? We had it, and it was at the original shop.
At the original shop, and we taught over 200 kids how to sew, and we started sewing on paper. That's a fantastic way to teach kids how to sew on paper. It's low risk. They don't have fabric. Nothing's going to slip on them. They don't have a lot of
grows
complexity.
on trees.
It literally grows on trees. So we started teaching the kids on paper, and then we did pillows. That was a fantastic first project for children, is the burrito method of pillow making. And we taught making hair ties. That is a fantastic way to start getting scrunchies.
Yay.
How many scrunchies did we have at the house? A ton.
Oh my God, boatloads.
All right. So Dominic has been the boy who sews. He's produced some videos. And so Dominic, actually, we filmed a video earlier this week. Do you want to tease people what it is and what we did?
Yeah, so we did a video like this earlier in the year. It was where we asked AI to make instructions for a block. The block happened to be, I think, the first one in the Floral States collection.
Yeah, the first one we did was Delaware. And so Dominic uploaded, this is a block that a lot of people are going to know, especially those that are participating in this show.
It's the Star Bright.
So we uploaded the Star Bright into ChatGPT, and we asked it to come up with the quilting and sewing instructions for how to make this block. And so we created a whole video of the cutting and the sewing and some of the assumptions we had to make. Would you say it was successful in making the block? No. We're gonna spoil the ending. It was not successful. It did not make a block. Was it better than Delaware?
Yeah.
Yes, it was better. Was it,
it got
right?
closer, but
it did get closer, but it still didn't work. Yeah. Okay. So you guys have to watch the video. Dominic is finalizing it. He's working with Paula to get it edited, and it'll be out soon. So that's what you're working on. Yeah. Yeah. And we're gonna try to do that a couple times this summer. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. So yeah, Dominic's working as an intern this summer, and it is going swimmingly well. Okay. So now let's talk about our main event. So our main event is why we are dressed in these Hawaiian shirts, and so we are talking all things Mystery 5.0. And so we've talked in the Cotton Cuts channel a couple of times about this over the past several weeks. We did the Star Bright Mystery as kind of a teaser of the new program coming.
Yeah, it's like, isn't the Star Bright, the Star Bright block is the only thing under the Hawaii 5.0 and or Mystery 5.0 under the shop section of the website. Correct.
And so that's about to be expanded very soon, because we have our first full-size Mystery 5.0 quilt that will be launching on July 1st. And so as we've talked about this Mystery 5.0 program, we met with a coalition, I'm going to call it a coalition of former quilt shop owners that have owned quilt shops for many, many years. And what they decided to do was pull together the mystery quilts they've run out of their shops and offer them to a group of other interested quilt shop owners. And so we are part of the Mystery 5.0 retailers.
Yeah, we're not the only ones doing it, but we're...
Correct.
Are we like the only?
I think there's over 150 shops. I'm looking at Paula. There's over 150 shops that are participating in this program all across the United States. And so some of them have brick and mortar shops. Some of them are like us and all online, and some have both. And in fact, you and I did a quilt shop in Indianapolis.
Recently we went to Indianapolis for Lincoln was doing something.
Lincoln had a soccer tournament.
Really and we went to many quilt shops, and in the quilt shops, many had posters for the Mystery 5.0.
The Mystery 5.0.
We have one over there.
When we walked into the shop, they actually had the Mystery 5.0 decal when you walked in, and they had a display inside. So this is becoming quite a large program.
It's widespread.
It is widespread, and so there's a lot of, and we're all participating on the same timeline, but each shop is doing it slightly differently. So there's a lot of shops that are going to be doing this upcoming Aloha design, and they're going to have kits that you can buy in their shop. We are one of, I think, only 2 or 3 that are doing everything fully pre-cut. And so we are die cutting everything. You are just going to be able to sit and sew,
it's
just like with our regular
of pieces.
Yes.
There's like a...
This design that we are starting with Aloha has over 1,000 pieces that we are pre-cutting.
Yeah, I mean, it would be insane to do without a die cutter, because the die cutter, it does help.
1,000 pieces in the finished design for Aloha.
I can't imagine cutting all of that.
Right. It's okay.
That's a lot.
All right. So let's get to this, because Paula's got this fantastic list for us. Yes.
Yes.
So there's all these shops that are participating. Ours is going to be fully pre-cut. All the kits will be able to go on sale July 1st. So you have the opportunity to look at the kits and the colorways. We're offering every other store. You can go and look at all their other kits that they're offering. We have chosen 5 different colorways for the kits that we are going to be putting forth for the program. Like I said, they're all pre-cut. We simplified this design significantly from what the Mystery 5.0 team was doing. There's 32 prints in the design that some of the shops are offering. And so for us, 32 is a lot to manage.
32, it's a lot to get that many colors that all fit together, or different fabrics.
Yes. So 32 is hard. So what we did is for our pre-cut kits is we are going to simplify it down to just 16 prints. So when you see our images online, you're going to see 16 different prints with some contrast and some background. And that's all that we can tell you about the design. It's 16 prints. There's 2 contrast prints and there's a background.
Well, what'll be the dimensions of the quilt?
Yes, that's fantastic. I was actually getting to that. It is, I believe, on the top of this next page. So this first design is called Aloha. And so I want to talk about the construct of Mystery 50. There are going to be 4 quarterly quilts this year. The first is Aloha. Then 3 months later, there'll be another. I think it's Island Vibes is what it's called. And then 3 months later, there's another. Island hopping. All right. And then another quarter, there'll be another design.
Luau.
And then in the 4th quarter, there'll be another design. And if you participate in all 4, you will get access to a 5th mystery design that'll come out next summer.
Should we share the name of it, or is it a secret?
I believe the 5th one is still a secret.
Wait, but aren't they on the posters that are in some shops?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, no. The 5th one is not here.
I need to be careful, man. This kid is going to spill all the beans here.
I asked you first. No.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the 4th one's name? Because I know the 3rd one's Luau.
Okay. Back on topic. So Aloha is the first of the quarterly mysteries that we'll be launching. And that is the colorways that we are showing now. Now, when the next quilt is launched next quarter, it'll be a completely different design and it'll be completely different fabrics.
Wait,
and
there are different colorways for it? Like, it's not there's no that?
Okay.
It would be different.
Yes.
colors?
So when
wow.
we do the next quarterly mystery, it'll be an entire new set of fabrics because it's going to be an entire new set of designs. It'll be a very different design next quarter. And then the following quarter, it'll be the same. It'll be a different design and there'll be different fabrics. Pat is asking if they're all the same size. They are not going to be all the same size. 56 by 72 is the dimensions for the first quilt for Aloha. Now, there's a couple things. With all of this, when you're participating, you will have the option to do 2 different final layouts. And we're going to show you during the reveal both of them. And you get your choice as you've been sewing along with us, how you want to finish your layout. That's part of the choices that you get to make with this program.
So it's like a choose your own quilt adventure?
It is going to be a choose your own quilt adventure. So you will have the option to choose your own finishing layout. We'll show you what both look like and all the colorways, and you'll get to choose. And I won't tell anyone if you choose to come up with your own layout. Just like Tim Holtz, guys, there's no rules to this. There's guidance. We will give you inspiration, and you can choose to lay out your blocks in a different way if it suits you. It is absolutely fine and fantastic.
Summer asked your question, how is Aloha Mystery different from the puzzle quilt?
Yes, we're getting lots of questions here, so hold on. Let me finish what we're talking about, and I will integrate these questions in as we go.
Getting distracted by all the...
we keep getting distracted, and it's going to become confusing. So let's kind of stay on track here. So you get 2 different finishing layouts. You will also get 2 different options for borders. And so I want to talk about that. The border is going to be part of your finished dimension, but the Mystery 50 program offers either a solid strip all over, or it'll be a pixelated border. And so when you sign up, you'll get your choice of which border you want, but they're going to be limited. We're only offering half as one and half as the other. And so make sure that you know, do you want to do more stitching, which is totally fine. It'll be a pieced border, or do you want to do a strip border? Okay. Then starting on August 6th, that's when the Aloha mystery will start. It's going to start on August 6th. And you are going to get a clue emailed to you and also put into the evidence locker every week for 4 weeks. The 5th week is going to be the reveal. So one of the main differences between Aloha and our traditional puzzle mystery quilt is the timeline. So our traditional puzzle mystery quilt is a 10-month-long program, and you get clues monthly. And so you have a full month to sew them before the next clue comes out, right? That's great for people that don't have a lot of time. Aloha is a shorter timeline quilt, and so it is meant to be sewn in a month's time. So we will.
It's a sprint.
It is a.
Well, no, it's not a sprint. It's more of a commitment, but for less of a time.
Yes. And so for those folks that are like, you get your first clue for the mystery and you're like, I want to sew more. This is for people that are like super into, you know, a very short timeline. And I know when I've done the Bonnie Hunter mysteries, those are on a week timeline as well. And those are very compressed, and it's fantastic because you get focused and you don't get distracted by other projects, and you get to completion usually faster with a month-long program. And so that's one of the main differences, is the timeline between the two programs. Let's see here. And so like I said, we've simplified the design. If you are participating as a pre-cut detective, the directions are going to be in a simplified fashion to make it kind of easier to go through. So that way you just sit and you can just sew. Let's see, we've covered the 2 layout options, the 2 border options. It is going to be, so Terry, the Aloha is it's going to be a quarterly mystery. So we're going to do this each quarter with a different design and different fabrics.
Wait, so it'll be over a year by the time that the 5th one, because it's,
correct. Yes, correct. Let's see here. So when you purchase I want to stick with pre-cut kits at Cotton Cuts. So when you purchase the pre-cut kit from Cotton Cuts, you are going to get an entire box that's going to have everything that you're going to need to finish the quilt, and it's going to be pre-cut. So we're packaging them right now. This is an example of what one of the packages is going to look like. And so you're going to have 16 different colors that look like this, and they're going to be packaged. They're going to be packaged like so, and then you're going to have packages for your contrast, like so. Then you're going to have contrast fabrics, and then you're going to have background fabrics, and you're going to have all the finishing that you need in your thing. We're going to talk about Shop Your Stash, Janet, in a second here. So you're going to have all the pre-cut pieces. Now, our team is packaging it such that you're going to get some extra parts and pieces. Given the shortened duration of this project, we want to make sure that you guys have all the pieces that you need to be able to stitch it together. If you're sewing along and it's weekly, and say you're missing one little triangle, we want to make sure that you have all the triangles at the time that you're stitching it together, so you don't have to necessarily contact us and have us mail you the part and then you get off track. All right, Donna, this is going to be paid all at once. Since it is just a month-long project, it doesn't make sense to necessarily have broken up payments, and each one is going to be signed up one at a time. So when you sign up for Aloha, you are signing up for just this first quilt. And then when we do the next one, Island Hopping, you will be signing up for that one. We haven't talked about possibly signing up for the whole year. I think that's a little outside the scope. We want to kind of see how this goes before we really do that. Because again, this is our first one. This is the first Mystery 5.0 quilt. And so perhaps when we look at next year's Mystery 5.0 designs, we could look at possibly a discount if you purchase all 4 in advance. But our team will take that action item.
Wait,
Crystal wants to get to the punchline. Let's see here. How many blocks a week will need to be made before the next clue drops? Ellen Ford is asking how much sewing needs to be done in a week before the next clue drops. And so that's hard to say for this one. I know with the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, it is about 30 to 60 minutes a month. And that's been tried and tested, and that's the way it's always gone. I would say if you are using a pre-cut kit, you are going to be able to sew this, and I would say a couple hours a week. If you are cutting it on yourself, oh my gosh, you guys, you are going to have to commit some time to this, because like I said, it's over 1,000 pieces when it's die cut. And so you're going to have to rotary cut that. You're going to have to, so it's going to be a lot of cutting.
That's a lot of cutting.
And so, yeah, it'll be a lot of cutting if you are using the Shop Your Stash options. Okay. Let's see here. So Crystal's asking for the cost of the kit. So the cost, what's it? I'm being told psst. Whenever I get told psst from the boss, I always have to kind of stop real quick. Yeah, okay, we'll get to this. Okay, so you're going to get all the pieces, all the binding, you get the border options, the clues are going to come to you. We'll have a big live reveal. And then what we're going to be doing, so when we did the Starbright block, the one that Dominic and I showed you at the top of the show, we really, really, really liked that Saturday sew-in day where we all got together on Facebook and we all posted our progress photos. And so we want to do that again. The clues are going to be emailed out to you on Wednesday each week. And so what's going to happen is when you get the clue on Wednesday, we're going to give you guys a couple days to sew, but we're also going to have a Saturday sew-in for us to gather and for us to post our progress photos and to show our progress as we sew. Because it's a faster timeline, we want to make sure we're allocating time for you guys to sew those clues together. And so starting August 6th is when the first clue gets emailed, 6th, 7th, 8th. On the 9th, it's going to be our first Saturday sew-in, and so you guys can join us and post your progress photos. Yes.
Gail, they are.
Gail, those are big, juicy strawberries.
Yeah, they're
If
amazing.
Aloha orders open on 7/1 and clues start dropping on 8/1, what is the timeline for the next 5/0 quilts? So add 3 months, Erin. So they're going to be quarterly drops. So if it opens on July 1st, then 3 months into the future would be October 1st. The Saturday sew-in does not cost extra, Heidi. That is going to be hosted in our Cotton Cuts Mystery 5/0 group. And so it'll be a good opportunity for us to ask questions. If you started sewing your clue on Wednesday and you got stuck, if you want to do all the cutting from Wednesday to Friday so you can sew with us on Saturday, you can definitely do all of that. But we just want to allocate a day where we're going to have kind of check-ins. We'll talk about prizes. We'll figure out good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as we learned in the Starbright design, we have a character that is participating with Mystery 5/0 as well. And so it is Laura Langston. This is Laura. And so we had some cute, funny, interactive videos telling us, I don't want to necessarily funny. We had some videos that were introducing Laura and her motivations and, kind of she's going to be participating. We're unraveling a mystery. We're unraveling a mystery with Laura as we participate. And so there'll be videos that get dropped each week.
Mystery?
You have to watch the videos to find out. I'm not going to tell you the answer to every question, child, but we're going to be dropping videos with her story. We're hosting those on YouTube as well, and Paul is going to post the links. So that way you can kind of sew your mystery as well as participate and learn more about our favorite detective. Is she going to stay or is she going to go? Karen Bowers likes Laura's story. And so Laura is a lot of fun. Laura is going to be participating. And if you look in our Facebook group, Laura has actually joined the Cotton Cuts Mystery 5/0 Facebook group.
Yay.
She is a Facebook profile in there. Bobby Miller's asking each Saturday. So yes, Bobby, the Saturday after each clues drop each week, we're going to have that Saturday sew-in social. Okay. Let's see here. And also, I mentioned this before, and we're doing it for Under the Sea. We're also going to have Wideback. We're going to have Wideback options for all of these quilts. So that way, again, we want it to make it so you guys can finish these in as short a timeline as possible. By offering the Widebacks, you guys get a chance to actually finish the quilt, and you can quilt it and get it done well before the next one starts. So we will have Wideback options available on the website as well. So make sure you're checking for those on July 1st when you sign up. All right, shall we talk about the colorways that we've picked?
Yes.
Yes.
The ones that were hard to pronounce.
Yes. And so you guys we let you name these colorways as we always do. And so we wanted to stick with a Hawaiian vibe, a Hawaiian feel. And so we let you guys pick the names. And so we had to look at some pronunciation guides to make sure that we didn't misdirect you on this. So let's start first with this is a Tula Pink collection of fabric. There are 16 Tula Pink prints. I'm going to turn it this way so that way you guys actually get to see the pretty prints. I know. I have to get it fixed in my hands. So this is the Tula Pink collection. These are the 16 Tula Pink prints. What is the name of this collection, Dominic?
Ihi Rainbow. That's spelled apostrophe I-H-I space R-A-I-N-B-O-W. Oh no, I wanted to make sure that like the E.
He's funny today, gang. He's funny. He's living large. Okay, so this is the Ihi Rainbow collection. This is a whole bunch of Tula Pink prints that is going to make a bright fun. For reference, I am going to be sewing this one here in the shop, and all of our employees are sewing one of them. So we will have one of each one to show you at the reveal. And I am sewing this design. It's
Bobby
very, very
Miller
pretty.
is asking about thread.
Yes. So Bobby, we are not going to have thread kits for these guys just because we're having some issues getting some thread from Aurifil. And so we are keeping that on the books for future. We just cannot for this one because of some of the supply chain issues we've been having on some thread. Okay. What's the next one? So let's talk about
Kona.
The Halloween. Shall we do the Halloween?
Yeah,
okay, let's go. So we have a Halloween collection. This is called Nevermore, quoth the Raven, Nevermore, Edgar Allan Poe. And so this collection, what is this one called, Dominic?
Kona Eclipse.
This is called Kona Eclipse.
Wait, what is Kona?
That's a good question. So in my world, Kona means a solid print of fabric, but Kona is also Hawaiian.
Isn't Kona like an ice cream thing? Or snow cone?
It's a snow cone. So in St. Louis, we have Kona Kona ice trucks, and I know that they have them in other cities. But Kona is a common kind of Hawaiian vibe. And so this one's called Kona Eclipse. Eclipse because it's happening at night. And I know when we talk about eclipses, we get lots of people that are like, it's a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse, all those good things. Just go with the intent of the verbs and the names. Okay. Next, let's talk about, you get to pronounce this one. I'm going to see, because we've been practicing this one a lot.
Kona is a city on the big island of Hawaii.
Kona is a city in Hawaii.
Yeah. But...
Okay, there we go. We're all learning new things today. Okay.
Go to Kona.
And the big island. Okay, Liz Dubois, Liz and Pam, thank you. Okay, so this next one. So this is from K Facet. So this is a whole bunch of blues. We had a lot of fun pulling together something that was blue, and it actually, so it looks blue on the camera, and I want to make sure that we're not misleading you guys. It's actually very, very purple.
It's purple blues.
Check the images online. For some reason, this web camera likes a lot of blues, a lot of purples like blue. So make sure you're looking at the images online for this one. But this is a cape. It's blue and purple. And what is this one officially called?
Kawela.
Kawela. Kawela. So this one's going to be tons of fun. Savannah on our team is sewing this one. Dawn is sewing the Nevermore, by the way. Okay, so next we're going to talk about our batik collection. It wouldn't be cotton cuts if we didn't do batiks.
Yay!
And so this one is Polka Pop from Riley Blake, and as well as some other blenders. And what is this one called?
Hibiscus Pop.
Hibiscus Pop is this colorway. Again, 16 prints. Could you imagine if we had 32 fabrics up here, gang? Like, whew.
Yeah, we would have to like 16. Hold it like this and then like
16 makes it easier for us. It makes it easier for you guys too, because keeping track of 32 fabrics in your sewing room might be a challenge. I'm just saying it would be a challenge in my room. Yeah,
just a bit.
Crystal's saying her husband likes the cape, likes the purple one, and I know Bobby likes the batiks because Bobby is a big batik fan. Okay, so then next up we have our grunge. So this is Moda Grunge. So a lot of folks have sewn with grunge before. If you have not, this is kind of a near solid with some texture print that Moda has had in their catalog for many, many years. And so we picked a nice assortment of colors, very, very rainbow. This one's very, very rainbow.
Like, we go red, orange, yellow.
Do we have a Roy G.
Green, green.
Yeah,
blue,
indigo, violet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the rainbow here. This one's a fun rainbow color quilt. And so this one, who's doing the grunge? The grunge is being done by Paula. Paula is doing this one, gang. So we get to see Paula sew this one together.
Who's doing the batiks?
The batiks is being done by, I think, Cheryl. Yes, Cheryl is doing the batiks. Woohoo! She says, woohoo! Yeah. Okay, so this grunge, and so we're calling this one. What are we calling this one? Oh my gosh! He of course literally just put a Skittle in your mouth. Oh, he put the red velvet cake in his mouth. Okay.
Hawaii Blooms.
Kauai Blooms. Kauai is actually my favorite island in Hawaii. I just got back from Honolulu, but I love Kauai. And I have a friend in Kauai right now, and he's sending me photos, and it makes me very sad. So Kauai Blooms. All right. Those are the colorways. Let's see here.
Pick
okay,
wisely.
so let's talk logistics and signups, because I've seen a lot of questions come in about this. So they're all going to be limited in quantity. So I know when we do our puzzle mystery quilts, we can do signups and some will sell out, and then we can restock, and then we can restock, and then we can restock. That is not the case with this program. And I want to make sure that everyone understands that we are going to have the kits. They're all going to be pre-made, and then we're going to ship them all on like July 2nd, 3rd, and into that week, because of the amount of cutting it takes, and because of the short duration, we want to make sure that everyone has their kits when we get ready to start. That's super important to us. I want to make sure, I know, Bobby, I'm going to get to the cost. Man, they want me to jump to the punchline. Okay. And so we want to make sure that everyone gets to participate, because we don't want you to have to miss it if something gets lost, if it gets misdirected, if it gets ordered late, if it takes us longer to build anything afterwards. So once they are sold out for good.
Stacy Muller, you could just buy them all.
Yeah, I mean, right. Okay. So the kits are going to go on sale July 1st at 10 o'clock Central Daylight Time. So everyone set your calendars. I know we typically do a different time than that. July 1st at 10 o'clock Central Time. Now, if you go to the Cotton Cuts website now, the Mystery 50, there's a little form on there. And if you fill out the form with your email, you will get early access. And that is actually going to be at 7 a.m. on July 1st. We're not making this hard, guys. There's no secret handshake. All you have to do is go to the website, put in your name and email. Why are you giving me a weird look?
Is there like a raffle for it, or is it just anyone who does it gets early access?
Anyone who goes to the forum gets early access at 7 a.m.
So you guys who are on the live and hear this.
Yes. Everyone who's watching us, everyone who's hearing this, tell all your friends. All you have to do is go to the website, put in your name and email, and you will get early access at 7 a.m., 3 hours ahead of everyone else. I anticipate that there will be things that will sell out before 10 a.m., and for that, I am very sorry. But for those of you guys watching here, please do it now. Click on the link. Maybe we can put the link in all the comments, and then go.
You could wait to tell your friend until after you've already purchased it, so you make sure you have it before you get earlier access than they get it.
That feels like not a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
That feels a little deceptive.
But if you really want to get your colorway.
Okay. All right. And so make sure you July 1st mark your calendars. Now.
Well, no. Crystal Foster.
She says not tell them. So Crystal's going to sign up her and her husband, and they're going to have fantastic colorway choices.
Yeah.
What? Jana. Yes. Do the grunge with Paula. She would love to have a partner in crime to sew with. Okay. So the other bit is that the first 25 people. So if you are like a super eager beaver, like you are quick on the trigger finger, you've got them loaded in your cart, boom, 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 boom. The first 25 people to reserve their kits are going to get a special gift included because that's what we do. Now, mind you, everyone who participates is going to get, the gifts. We always do the fun stuff inside the packages. We have surprises, and we'll talk more about what the surprises are when we get closer. There's always fun things. Our team has gone above and beyond on the bonus gifts for this program because it's very thematic, right? So we've got a lot of fun things we can hinge on.
Crystal agrees with me, and then Hope thinks I'm great.
Well, okay, she says, I love him. He's great. But is that you or Crystal's husband? You don't know. Definitely get up early. Let's see here. So Jennifer's on the website. Can you still join the 5-0? So you can still join the early access waitlist. You can still join our Facebook group. But signups won't happen until July 1st. Okay, 7 a.m. Central Time. Now, the question that everyone has been out. Oh, Hope likes you.
Yay! Oh, Hope likes you. Thank you, Hope.
Okay. The question everyone's been asking, how much is this all going to cost? So the kit itself, all the pre-cut, 1,000 pre-cut parts and pieces is $150. And so we wanted to make this affordable for everyone since this is our first time we're doing it. So it's $150. I think there's shipping going to be charged on all that. That's something the team is working on right now. But it's $150. Everything's going to come in a pre-cut package to you all at once. You'll have electronic access to all the clues and all the email delivery. And so, yeah, that's the price. That's the question everyone wanted to know. And so it's $150. Now, if you go look at other kits, make sure that you're looking at, when you look at other shops, some people are doing jelly rolls to get to that 32 prints because that's an easy way to get there. Some people are going to do yardage. Some people are going to include backing. We include binding and the borders, all of those things.
It's $150 and it's 5 quilts. That's $30 per quilt.
No. No, wait. Don't confuse the people.
Wait.
Stop. No, don't. No. Don't listen to this one. No. It's $150 for Aloha for the first kit. Okay, backing, the Wideback backing will be in addition to that because you'll have to choose. We'll have a couple options for each one. And so it is going to be 2 yards is what we've calculated for a Wideback needed to finish this quilt. And those are going to be $45 a kit, just like they are for Under the Sea. So the pricing is the same on the Wideback for Under the Sea as it is for Aloha. And so Ann Upchurch, thank you. Dominic was confusing people. $150 for just Aloha. Right. So if you participate in the next design, that'll have a different price point because as we all know, price of fabric is going up. And we purchased all these fabrics before the prices increased because we wanted to make sure that it was affordable and approachable and that a lot of people could participate as they make this quilt. Okay. First, we were talking about the first 25. Now, everyone's other favorite topic that we've already had some questions about is the shop your stash option. And so let's see here. Jennifer is saying she's on the website and it's only one $5.99 pattern available for purchase. So on the website right now is the pattern.
It's Starbright.
It's our Starbright. It's our tester block. And so this is the pattern that's on the website right now. This was our kind of test process to see if we liked the clues, if we liked the process. And so that's the pattern that's on the website right now, Jennifer. And so that's the one that's there. Everything Aloha that we've been talking about with all these lovely fabrics and all the pre-cut stuff, that is going to be on the website July 1st. All right. The kits, Pam, include binding. They do not include backing. Backing is going to be an addition to. Let's see here. Michelle Showalter. Holy cow. She's like,
that's a paragraph. Are you writing like an essay on it?
No, I think she had ChatGPT.
A+, yes.
Yeah, well done, Michelle. Okay, so the shop your stash.
Good
so
grammar.
This is a question that this is something that we added with Mystery 5.0 and we liked with Mystery 5.0 is the shop your stash option, because obviously not everyone can afford $150 for a pre-cut kit. We get that, we understand that. Many of us have fabric to last 16 lifetimes, right? You have enough. You yourself.
You survived the apocalypse. At least you have something to distract you.
We will definitely have stuff to. Michelle said she was taking notes. I love it, Michelle. Fantastic work. So shop your stash. And so what we are going to do is we are going to do it a little differently than some of the other shops are doing it. Some of the other shops, there's some wonky, like you got to buy $50 in gift card, blah, 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 blah. We are simplifying it for Cotton Cuts because we are going to keep this very simple. So if you choose to shop your stash and use fabric that you already have on July 8th, so 1 week later, you get to go to the website. And what you'll do is you'll pay $50 to participate, and we are going to give you a $25 Cotton Cuts gift card back. So that way, what's going to happen is it's going to cost you essentially $25 to participate as a Shop Your Stash detective, and you get a $25 gift certificate for Cotton Cuts in case you need to add any fabrics or any extras add on. You get that $25 gift certificate that's going to come back to you. You're also going to get a welcome kit in the mail. It's going to be something small, but it's going to give you a bunch of things that we would normally include if you were participating as a regular detective. So some stickers and some fun swag. Yeah, they'll get a couple of things, some instructions and some before you begin information as well is going to come in that welcome kit that's going to come to you. Now, the way this is going to work is we're going to be able to share the yardages that you're going to need to be able to shop your stash. So you'll know for this fabric you need this much, for this fabric you need this much, for this fabric you're going to need this much. And then you will get the pre-cut, you will get the instructions to cut 1 hour before the first clue is emailed. And so that is a Mystery 5.0 rule, is that we are not allowed to share any of the cutting instructions until 1 hour before the mystery actually starts. And I'm sorry about that, guys.
You have 1 hour to get everything cut.
Yes. Yes, you have 1 hour to get everything cut before the official mystery starts. That's something that's out of our control, gang. That's something a lot of the shops, because they're shelling yardages, they cannot send the cutting instructions until about an hour before the first clue drops. And so in that situation, you are going to get the same emailed clues every week. You can still participate in the Saturday sew-ins. You're just going to be doing a lot more cutting because, like I said, it's about 1,000 pieces are what we are die cutting. So you're going to be cutting all of those, but you're saving also your stash, right? You're also taking a dent out of your stash, which is fantastic. Janny Rosario is saying, I know, guys, this is for your first time. I am super sorry. There's a lot of stuff here, and I understand that there's a lot of stuff here. It's our first time doing it, so we're all kind of making sure that everyone gets all the information as they go along. And so the kits, Janny, will be on sale on July 1st at 10 a.m. Okay, and so we encourage everyone to do the pre-cut kits because it is a lot of cutting and we want to make sure that these quilts can come together, but I am excited about this. Yes. You've seen the finished design. Do you like it?
I have.
Yes, you helped me count stuff yesterday. Of course you've seen it.
I helped you count stuff, but I didn't see the finish.
Gosh, this kid, man. I swear. All right, I think she wants her pre-cut purchase.
I thought you were pointing to the strawberries.
Okay, so Ann Upchurch. So 150 cost, that's the cost for the first design. When it comes to the second design, it's going to be a totally different design, totally different fabrics, and so that price will adjust and it's going to change. And we have to change it because the cost of fabric is changing, because we haven't purchased fabric for that yet. So it'll be 150 in that ballpark. It's going to depend on how many parts and pieces, how many different fabrics we have to use. And so it's going to be in that ish ballpark. Plus, they're all going to be different sizes. Some are going to be bigger, some are going to be smaller. So the price is going to adjust based upon the finished design of the quilt. And then if you do all four, you get the fifth one for free. I don't think it's a kit. I think it's a pattern is what comes for free. Is that the story? The 5th pattern is for free. Yeah, it'll be a scrappy pattern that you'll be able to use.
Wait, yeah, Michelle Showalter. I knew I recognized that name. She was the person who asked.
She asked the question. Okay. All right. So that is everything. And you guys, I understand that is a lot of information. It is a lot of information for us to cover. We're going to capture all these questions that you guys have, and we're going to make sure that we get them updated in an FAQ on the website. So that way it's all there. You can definitely reference this video going forward. It's going to be stored on our YouTube channel as well as in our Facebook group, and you can rewatch it if you have any questions. Dominic is a true man after all. You can hide things from him in plain sight.
I am really bad at finding things. That.
We literally said, how can you hide something from Dominic? And both Lincoln and I said, just put it anywhere.
Okay, so wait, I was told by the mysterious Paula.
Okay, by Paula.
To show a box full of pre-cut parts. Yeah. I think this is what the box is going to look like. When
it's an example.
It's an example, and it has the pre-cut parts.
All right. Okay, gang. Yes. So this is similar. This is an example of what the package is going to be. It's going to be in one of these boxes. It'll be full with parts and pieces. Okay.
So all right. Did
we cover everything? I think we have one order of business left to do. Yes?
The giveaway.
Correct. So thank you guys for hanging with us to the end of this video. I know it's a lot. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us on today's date. So if you've seen this video wherever you are watching us, be it on Instagram, on YouTube, or on Facebook, answer this question, and we're going to pick one lucky person to win a $25 gift certificate to the Cotton Cut Shop. And so the question that we are asking you to answer is, if you could sew anywhere, where would it be? Dominic, where would you sew if you could sew anywhere?
I think a beach.
Yeah. Why a beach?
Because A, that means I'm on a beach and it's tropical. And B, I think, beaches are just really cool. They're good places. And, sewing, which is good, and beaches, which are good, combine to be better.
All right. So would you sew, would you drag your sewing machine onto the sand?
I'd have
overlook a beach.
So I would have one of those pool deck chair things.
Okay.
And then I would have a table next to me. And then I wouldn't have a pool deck chair. I'd just have a chair, and then I would have a table, and then they would be slightly in the sand, so it's so they stay there and don't wobble around. And then I would quilt on that table.
Okay.
But I would be on a beach. I definitely have a parasol or an umbrella because I don't want to get sunburned.
Parasol, yeah. Yeah, Dominic is very fair skinned, so sunburn is real for him. So I love the idea of a parasol. So for me, I would definitely sew in a cabin overlooking a lake. That would be absolutely fire in the fireplace, cabin overlooking a lake.
I like Sharon
cup of coffee. Yes. Yeah. What did she say?
In Italy with my
dog by my side. Yeah. Everyone has to have their sewing helpers. All right.
That's a fact.
So wherever you find this video, leave that comment. We'll pick one lucky person to get a $25 gift card. All right. Anything else, gang?
I would sew oceanfront, where I could gaze at the orca pods going by.
Orca pods, yeah.
Orcas.
Tishua is in Florida too. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Fantastic, everyone. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. Keep the questions coming, because I know this is a lot of new stuff for everyone, including for us. And we will see you guys next week, where we have a fantastic show coming for you. That's it for us. Everyone have a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye now.
Yeah. Bye.
And cut. Thank you so much for watching our video. We have so much fun making these, and we hope that you were both delighted and inspired by what you just watched. This video was sponsored by Cotton Cuts. Cotton Cuts is your one stop for all the best fabric and thread memberships. Love fabric? We've got you covered. Love thread? We've got you covered. We get that no two quilters are cut from the same cloth, which is why our memberships are as unique as you. We also have the largest block of the month in the world. Over 4,000 detectives solve our puzzle mystery quilts every year, and you can join them. Simply go to cottoncuts.com to learn more about all the awesome and fun things that we're doing. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe to make sure you get all of our new, fresh content every time it comes out. Thank you so much. Happy sewing enthusiasts, and we will see you soon. Bye now.